Need a few tips creating graphs in FluidMath? Well, let me take a few minutes and show you some things that might help you when you're creating graphs. To begin with, when you're creating a graph, you can use a gesture where you draw a line either using a finger or a stylus, and you can see that outside of the box, I have a graph that forms. However, sometimes that's not what happens. Maybe this is what you resulted in. Instead, I have a weird looking face on my screen. That's not at all what I wanted. So at the top of the screen, I'm going to click the undo. And the difference between the first and second graph that I created was this. I started inside of the yellow box, which is called a bounding box, and I pull my line outside, and I've completely cleared the box before I let go. I can move the graph on my page wherever I want. I can even resize it by clicking the bottom right. This allows me to place it on my screen where I want it. Another issue might be when I draw a graph that I have a weird looking graph, and this is not at all what it should be. If I check to see what I wrote, I can see that my y was not actually recognized as a y, it was recognized as a g. I can correct that by scribbling out and rewriting my y, checking to see that it's recognized correctly. In FluidMath, whenever using handwriting recognition, always check to see what it recognized. If you happen to write really big on your screen and there's not room for you to be able to create a graph, one thing that you can do is click on this little box right here. And when you do that, it turns it into math type, making it very easy to make more room on your screen. And I can just add that to a graph as well. If you don't have a graph on your page, that's easy enough to correct. Up at the top of your screen, there's an insert button. You can see that you can choose graph. Then clicking on the purple section, move your graph to where you want it. You can then drag and drop, and you have a graph.